I'm Polly, also known as Polygon Illustration, and today I'm going to be giving my review on Procreate, the iPad and the pencil. It was recently my birthday and I was lucky enough to get an iPad Air, and I also got the first generation pencil, and I'm really loving it so far. Originally I was kind of really against the idea of getting an iPad because I already have a Wacom Cintiq tablet, and I do really love that. And I kind of thought there wouldn't be much point in also getting a tablet like the iPad when the iPad didn't even have features like Photoshop available, so I was happy to stick with my Wacom tablet. But I've kind of realised that with my Wacom it takes a long time to set up, and I wasn't really taking advantage of it as much as I probably should have been. I wasn't drawing as much because I just couldn't be bothered to set it up. It just took so much effort to sort out because you have to turn on your laptop, you then have to plug in all the wires, find your laptop charger, and it just took so long, and I just wanted something that I could really easily pick up, take around with me and just use wherever I wanted. I really found it difficult dragging my Wacom tablet into uni some days, so I would often leave it at home when I could have actually just taken an iPad with me and done sketches on that. I do obviously use paper and pencils and all that kind of stuff as well, but sometimes with some things it's just better to make something digital. But now I have an iPad and it's so much easier for me to use. It's great because I can be sitting anywhere. I could be outside, I could take it out with me, I could be sitting in my living room, in bed, I could really be doing anything. I could be anywhere, and I could take it with me. So as I said, there are no wires, it's super easy to use. I can just pick it up and immediately start drawing. My Wacom had all these different wires you had to plug in to use it. I really like the pencil. I don't think there's much of a difference between Wacom's tablet pen and the Apple Pencil, except I think the Wacom tablet does have buttons on the side of them, but to be honest, I never really used them anyway. I did, however, love the little button on the top which you could use as an eraser, and you don't get that with the Apple Pencil, and I always find myself turning over the Apple Pencil just to use the back of it as a rubber, but obviously it doesn't work like that with the iPad, so that is kind of annoying, and it's going to take me a while to get used to that. But it's not too much of an issue because it's super easy to change tools anyway using Procreate. Another thing I love about the pencil is how fast charging it is. It can charge within seconds. You just plug it in for a couple of seconds and you can get another whole 30 minutes of charge out of it. So good. I don't have to faff around waiting for it to be charged. That was one of the things I was worried about, was having to constantly charge up the pencil to then charge up the iPad. But I don't think there's that much of an issue. The pencil really doesn't need much to power it. It doesn't drain your battery, which is a good thing too. I was worried that as you can charge the pencil through the iPad, that it would then eat up the iPad's charge, but it doesn't do that, which is great. So I also got a case that comes in with a magnetic keyboard. This keyboard is great too. It's not actually an official iPad Apple keyboard, but I really like it anyway. It charges super quick, it's really light, and it's also magnetic to the case, so that sticks on super easy and just stays there. Or I can take it off if I want to draw because it can get a little bit in the way, but it basically makes the iPad into a mini laptop, which I love, as it means I can do work on it too that I might have not done if I didn't have the keyboard. One of the things I really dislike about the iPad and the pencil is how the pencil charges in the iPad. So you put it into the power, so you take the top of the pencil off and then you're just left with this little loose plasticky bit that you really probably shouldn't lose. Then you put the pencil into the power port on the iPad and it just sticks out. It just doesn't look right. I know when I was charging the pencil, when Ryan was round, he kept knocking into it because it just sticks out. It's not really a great design, but I do know that the new iPads and the pencils, they can charge on the side of the iPad with magnets. It's not the end of the world though, because the pencil does come with a little piece. It comes with a little connector so you can actually charge it through your Apple charger through the mains and things, but it's a little bit annoying when you're out and about and you just want to quickly charge it. So one of the drawing apps I've tried out and absolutely fallen in love with is Procreate. So I love Photoshop and I love using the Kyle brushes, especially the gouache ones. One of the things I've been a bit upset about losing is, of course, his brushes, because they're not available for Procreate. There is actually a Photoshop version for the iPad coming up soon. Can't remember the name right now, but I'll put it up on the screen right now, and that should be coming out by the end of this year. In fact, I did a little vlog where I went to the Adobe meetup a few months ago, so go and check that out if you want to find out more information as I explain it in detail there. However, Procreate is super easy to use. It's great for the iPad. It's quite basic in the tools and stuff you've got, but to be honest, it's got everything I need really to do a drawing. Photoshop has so many other tools that I don't really use, which is great because it just makes it so quick and easy and simple to use, and you can just get your drawing done. Procreate also has some great features such as the grid, which is great for doing perspective drawings, and it makes it super easy to draw a room really quickly. I kind of struggle a little bit with perspective, but this is definitely going to help me a lot and get it right. You can even set up where you want your vanishing points to be, which is great because that's really important to do, and it's so much easier than having to draw your own. As a creator, another thing I love about Procreate is how it actually records every single brush stroke you make, and then you can export that and then upload it to Instagram or wherever. And this is great, as usually on my Wacom I have to faff around with QuickTime and exporting and saving and then compiling and editing and speeding up the video footage, but the Procreate does it all for you. You don't have to faff around with doing anything. You're just left with a quick speed draw of your illustration, which is amazing. I don't really have any dislikes for Procreate except the lack of brushes. Unfortunately, Procreate brushes and Photoshop brushes are not compatible. I have actually gone and downloaded a few brushes and I'm kind of experimenting with what I want. I think I might get some more, but I think Procreate brushes are very expensive, especially compared to Photoshop brushes, which you can get a lot of them for free, whereas Procreate, I think most of them you'll be spending like $10 to $30 on a pack of maybe 8 brushes, and even though obviously the creators made them and you have to pay them for the time and stuff, that's a lot of money considering Procreate is only £10. You'd be spending more on the brushes than you'd actually spend on the app itself. And I just don't think it's really worth it, maybe, if you compare it to the price of the Procreate. I am very happy with the free brushes I have managed to find, but I definitely would like some more, but I might also look into possibly making some myself. I am definitely going to use the new Photoshop when that does come out, and I will probably do a review on that too. But for now, I'm very happy with Procreate. So now I'm going to do a little speed draw with Procreate and show you how I use it. One of the great things about the iPad and Procreate is the ability to open another app or website alongside your drawing. So this makes it great as you can use references and you can look at them while you draw, so you're not constantly flicking between screens or having to use something like a phone or a laptop or something to have a look at your reference. There aren't any shape tools, so to draw a shape you have to kind of sort of draw the shape you want and then hold down and eventually it will snap into the shape you want. This is a really cool feature. I didn't actually know that you could do this, and I had to Google it because I wanted to get a circle for his helmet. But it's just really useful, and you can kind of create any shape you like and it will just snap into place. So I decided to draw this little space dog. I'm currently working on a collection of space girls to get printed into postcards, and I thought it'd be really cute to put in a dog with them. I feel like I'm getting so much used to using Procreate. It's really easy to zoom in and out. You just use your fingers to pinch in or out, and you can also twist around the canvas too. And this is super easy to do, and I kind of like how you can do this because with a Wacom tablet you have to do it manually. You can obviously program the buttons on the side of it to do these kind of things, but it's so much easier when you can just do it with your fingers right in front of you, kind of like you would with actual paper. And in fact, it's probably easier than actual paper because you can zoom in as well. I love how easy it is just to go in and add in some extra detail. Overall, Procreate is definitely my favourite program I've used so far on the iPad. I haven't had much time to try any others out, but I think I'm probably just going to stick with Procreate because I really like it and there isn't really much I'd change except for the added brushes that Photoshop have. But it'd be really interesting to see what the new Photoshop program is going to be like, and hopefully that will just be as good as Procreate, and maybe they'll even include some similar features like the recording features. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If there's any tips or techniques that you'd recommend for Procreate or any brushes I should download, please let me know in the comments and I'll definitely go in and check them out. Thank you so much for watching this video and I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did and hit that subscribe button if you're new. And obviously don't forget to hit that bell button so you'll be the first to be notified when my next video uploads. As we all know that the YouTube algorithm isn't always the best and you could miss my videos. Anyway, thanks again. Bye!